Well, hello YouTubers, it's the Geek Redneck, and I kind of thought I would do just a sort of a random video here, take you guys on a journey with me. It's actually been so long ago that I bought this that I don't even remember what all is in here, but I know it was either very late last year, December, or early this year in January. Someone had put on one of the Facebook for sale groups that I sort of troll on, a Gamecube, a Nintendo Gamecube, and a bunch of accessories and games or whatever. And they wanted, I think they were asking like 20 bucks for it. And of course, me being the wheeler dealer that I am, I actually asked her if she would take 15. And I remember I was so happy because she said yes. And then coming to find out, I forgot to stop and get change, so I ended up giving her $20 anyway. I still think I probably came out, well, mostly ahead on the deal. Those of you guys who know me know that I sort of collect video game stuff, especially Nintendo stuff. I'm a big Nintendo fanboy, and I'm really, not ashamed to admit it. So I actually have, I think, either 3 or 4 GameCubes already in the closet, along with the Nintendo Wii, the extra Nintendo Wii, actually, I bought for like 20 bucks or something. But anyway, as I recall, I bought this stuff, and it stank. Her house stank to high heaven of smoke, and this stuff stank, and it actually still smells pretty strongly of tobacco. Anybody of you guys who have been into computers and stuff and who've worked on someone's computer that they smoke in the house, yuck, you guys will know that smell. Anyway, I ended up, this stuff smelled so strongly that I actually just left it sitting out in the garage for like the last 6 months. 6 or 7 months it's been now. And so I kind of thought I would just go ahead and take a look at it. I'm trying to clean up the garage anyway. See what we got here. There's a GameCube controller, at least. I know I got one out of that. There is a black Nintendo GameCube, and it seems to be in fairly good condition. It's got some dirt and crap on it, but it should clean up fairly well. It actually doesn't smell nearly as bad as it did. It stank really bad of tobacco, cigarette smoke, but now really all I smell is that, electronic smell. There is a little bit of a smell by the fan, and you can sort of see some yellow discoloration in there. That is actually, that yellow sticky dust is a telltale sign of something that's been around a smoker. Yuck. Is there a game in there? No game. The eject button is a little bit on the sticky side. It's not horrible, but I can tell that it's not actually working right. Power button seems to, or reset button seems to work okay. Power button seems to work okay. That just does not feel right, but I can fix that. The little disc tray looks okay. The laser looks mostly okay. I can certainly swab that off with a Q-tip and some rubbing alcohol or acetone. Let's see, what do we got? We got games. There is Sonic 2 Adventure Battle. That's certainly pretty cool. Actually, I played the original Sonic Adventure way back on the Dreamcast, and I think I even played it on the PC, but I never played Sonic Adventure 2. What else do we have in here? We've got power adapter, which looks like it's all there and complete. Doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape, which is good. I always like finding these because for some reason these tend to get torn up. I don't know what it is, especially around kids. Like, I've got one of these that the outgoing wire, the one that leads to the GameCube and plugs into the GameCube, is actually torn up and has electrical tape on it. That one seems to be in real good condition. There's our standard GameCube AV cable. know which model of GameCube this. Oh, this is one of the original runs of GameCube, so it does have the digital AV port. Now that doesn't do too much good because the actual cables for the digital progressive scan component cables are ridiculously expensive. I mean, going for like $100 or something. It's crazy. Hey, that looks like a GameCube extension cable. That's pretty cool. I hadn't seen one of those before. Giving me a longer reach. Wish I had some more of those. I'm gonna have to look that up on eBay. See if I can find some more. And then we have games. What do we have? I don't even know if these have the games in them. They could be empty cases for all I know. They do smell of cigarette smoke. There is Rugrats. That's definitely what's in there. What else do we have? I'm just gonna assume. Oh, well, I was gonna say I'm just gonna assume the case has what it says on it in there, but some of these are empty. This looks like an old Blockbuster used game that was sold. What's in there? Thai, I think that says. I can't see what the subtitle is. Maybe just Thai. I thought it said something underneath there. Huh. Never heard of that one. We have a copy of Finding Nemo. And that appears to be what's in there. With instructions. What else do we got? So far, just mediocre games. Oh, there's Resident Evil. That's a good one. Well, there's a sticker that says, "It's empty. Ask an associate." Well, I hope it's not empty. Nope, it's not. Both discs. It's a 2-disc game. I always heard that was pretty good. The GameCube remake of Resident Evil. So that's cool. There's a good game. Oh, Over the Hedge. A game of a sort of mediocre movie, if I remember right. Animated movie. Ooh, look, there's stuff coming off of the... Probably shouldn't have opened all these up on my bed. There's no telling. There could be roaches or God knows what. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Now that's a fairly high quality game. I've never played it, but I always heard it was a lot like the Zelda series, so that may be one that I actually check out. I am a big fan of Zelda, the Legend of Zelda games. There is Animal Crossing. Never played that one, but I always heard it was fun. One of those games you have to have either a lot of time for or a lot of patience for, maybe both. And here's just an empty, it looks like a Wii case. And that has Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Again, always heard that was a pretty good game. I did play, if I remember right, that's like an RPG in the same vein of Super Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo. I think there's been a couple of games in between there. I think there was a Paper Mario on the Nintendo 64. And maybe another one in there. Madagascar, another game based on a mediocre movie, animated movie. Still, it's in there. And what do we have? One last one. Sonic Riders. I think that is a crappy racing game based on Sonic the Hedgehog. If I remember right, it was not a great game, but I could be wrong. There were a few good Sonic games on the GameCube, especially the Sonic Adventure ports. But again, all of those had the games in them, which is good. So I guess that is not bad. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games, plus a GameCube and a controller, which I'm always like to get hold of these. This one seems to be in good shape. For $20. So I don't think I did too bad. Now granted, You know, these usually sell, well, you can buy a Gamecube and usually 1 or 2 controllers and a game or 2 on Craigslist for around 30 or 40 bucks nowadays, usually closer to 40 bucks. So I think I did pretty good for 11 games or 12 games and a Gamecube. Look at that, I made a 10-minute long video just on a garage sale find. Well, you know, that's what I'm famous for. Anyway, one of these days I'll probably, the controller doesn't seem too bad. What I'll probably do is open this guy up and clean it out, because I don't like that yellow nasty cigarette smoke stuff. Yucky, yucky. But I think I did pretty good. Alright, hello. Moment of truth. Got it all hooked up. Got a controller hooked up to it. Let's see what she does. Ah, boy, isn't that a familiar screen. You gotta love it. Sweet. Let's see if the controller works. Sure does. Hey, even the date is oh no, the date's not right. It's actually Monday. It's 8/17. So the clock is a few hours off. Sweet. Well, let's try a game. What game do we want to try? Sonic Adventure 2 Battle seems as good as, I guess, as any. It's got a few little scrapes on it, but nothing that should prevent it from working. So let's see. Oh, it reads the disc. Press start. Not too noisy.
Did you insert a memory card?
No, I didn't. Well, that's that's stupid. I've got a box full of Gamecube memory cards around here somewhere. I actually should start buying more of those as I see them. I suppose at some point they'll be harder to find, especially the original Nintendo ones. Well, it seems like we're pretty good to go. Ooh, that's loud. Well, Sonic works, but I got a game I want to try with it. Let's see, is it up here anywhere? Not Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. I'd like to try that. There we go. Yeah. Hope it's in there. Hope it didn't disappear. Oh, it's in there. Haven't used this in a few years. There we go. Let's see what we get here. Aha. Now there's a game. Sweet. Alright, that's enough for this video. This is the Geek Redneck. Catch you guys later.